Hello. So today in the character sheet walkthrough portions that I have been doing, I am going to show you guys your trackers and customizing them, changing them. So like everything, I am starting it out with a player portion so you get the most out of your character sheets. And then I am going to carry on to show kind of a little bit more about how they work for those who want to use this idea in their character sheets. So to start with, in the last video, I touched on the personal HP section. So for this, this is the first tracker you do, and as you're making your character sheets, it's probably the one that's going to trigger you needing to change your trackers. So I always click at the gap between these two sections. You can see they are two code blocks, and I'm going to use the up arrow to come into it. That way I come into the code without having to scroll through all of the code that is above it. And this is that hit point tracker right here. You can see that it's got a bunch of things like for health, it's pulling from max HP. For your hit dice, it's pulling from how many hit dice you have from your front matter. The important part is the state key. For every single tracker in your character sheet, it needs to be unique or it's going to pull from other trackers and change its number and get conflicting information. So when you first get it, this says template right here. And so I have put in SUSS to customize this one. Now we can either right click to copy or Control C to copy. That way I don't have to type it 1,000 times. There's not quite that many trackers in here, but you'll get my meaning. And then I just click outside the box and everything goes back to normal. Ooh, my mouse hovered over the flicky picture. All right. The next main tracker zone is immediately below it. Now we can click the wonderful little button right here to go into it, or we can use the down arrow to go into it. All of these trackers are based off of the events buttons that are put in. We get to leave those alone. But you can see a lot of other places where it says state key. That's the point that's important. Now, I originally designed this for you to put your state key unique part in where it says character name or template. But going in and selecting that every time to copy and paste is slow. But if you go to the end of the sentence and just Control V, Control V, Control V, boom, that is so much faster. And so that is that whole section. Everywhere you see state key, you'll see it. Now, if you are somebody that has multi-classed or you need more bonuses, you can literally just take this whole section, copy and paste, and then once again you need the state key to be unique, so I'm going to make that one class 1. That one was class, this one's class 1. That's it. So it's nice and simple. Now I still want SUSS copied, so we're going to take that. And we are going to go down the character sheet looking for more trackers. Now, there are none in feats of traits, I promise. Anytime you see this code show up, quick reminder, that means you just need to scroll down and scroll back up so that it can read the bottom of the code block. So in your actions tables, there are none. In your actions section, towards the bottom, you will have a spell section. This has trackers. You can see them. So into the code on the right-hand section here, and we scroll down until we see a section that says state key. That's going to be in this consumable section. It's one of the reasons I like these videos is you can read all day long through the code looking for state key, or you can watch these videos and I can just show you where it is. Control V on every state key. Boom, boom. That's why I like doing it at the end of the sentence, because it is just so much faster. And that is the state keys in the spell section. That is the tracker there. Now you might have noticed that that was these state keys. That is not this one. That's because this is actually a little window pulling from a different spot on the page. So as I continue to scroll down looking for state keys, there's my inventory. There it is. There's your component pouch. That way it shows up in your inventory, but it's trackable with your spells. So component pouch also needs you to go straight in. And you can see there's another little block. It's special ammunition. This actually showed up in your attack spells, or your attack table with all your weapons, so that you can track your special ammunition with your weapons. And as players, we have built a wonderful tracker here that is compatible with DM Inspo's cooking system. And so edit this block. This is where so many trackers are because of that. And so I can sit here and keep going through these on all these state keys. Now, if your campaign or your one shot is not working on a cooking system or tracking food and water, don't bother. There is 0 point in changing and updating these if you're not going to use these trackers. It's time consuming for no reason, but it doesn't take a super long time. And if you think that there is even a chance that you might enjoy using them, then go change your state keys. Otherwise, they will get changed on you the next time you use them. And then I just click outside the box again, and boom, I'm outside the box. There, it's all unique now. So the next time I come in, I will know how many rations I have. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, I have 10. So, and I have 2 water bladders full right now. And I have no water barrel holes. But if I had water barrel holes, I could come in here. So if we had a water barrel, I could come in here. I can find my water section. It's clearly labeled. Water barrel uses, and fill in however many uses are in my water barrel. Which all you have to do is go to the barrel page and you will see how many uses are in a water barrel. And that is the trackers. There are no trackers further below here. And so that is all that you need for your character sheet. Now let's show how they actually work. These are coming from the plugin DnD UI Toolkit. It is installed through BRAT, to the best of my knowledge. I don't think it's in the actual system yet, with the BRAT plugin. Now, once that is done, it is so amazing. Like, read their README page, everything they are capable of, because I am not even using everything that they are capable of. I am using their trackers, their hit point trackers, and their cards. And so with their hit point trackers, for example, I can take damage. I can receive temp hit points that's calculated separately. I can hit, see, now it's reading that as 4. I can take damage until I'm dead. I can track my death saving throws. Track how many hit dice I have used on breaks. I can heal. And same with companions. And so this one is automatically pulling my maximum hit points. This one is not. So if I have a companion that I am playing with or working with, I can come in here to companion hit points, and all I have to do is change this health number. And so if my companion, which I do actually have, boom, there's my health number. Now, you'll see from above here that Esu actually has 2 little companion pets, Yin and Yang. And so I want to reflect that in this bar. So I'm going to go into the code block, and I am going to collect her whole section, but I want this to be another column. So I'm going to come all the way up to this column section here, Control C, Control V at the bottom, and this one I want labeled Yin, and this one I want labeled Yang. And I'm just going to quickly reference what those hit point maxes are. And so Yin, and this is going to sound so OP to those of you that do not understand the game that she is currently playing in. Yin has 51 hit points, and Yang has 43. And you can see that they are showing up with only 1 active hit point. This is where those buttons come in. So say she is encumbered. She has 2 points of exhaustion, 2 points of inspiration, or 1 point of exhaustion. Well, it's a long rest. 2 points of exhaustion, 2 points of inspiration, and she's used up class a day features. So Actually, she is a dragonborn and she is a shinobi warrior. So I am going to change those to her breath weapon, which she currently has 3 of, and her shinobi points. Now, if these are things that pull automatically, many of your character template pages will have a code in the uses section that pulls a number out. But the ones that don't, they are not automatic, unfortunately. They change with levels. So you do have to come in and tweak that. And so 4 shinobi points. And so she's used her breath weapon 3 times. She's used two of her shinobi points. Yin and Yang are hurt. She's hurt. It's been a hard day. Long rest. And you can see all her hit points fill up. Everything resets. But her encumbered and her inspiration don't go away because those don't change on a long rest. Encumbered stays active whether she's carrying too much. That's got nothing to do with her restful state. Her inspiration should never go away unless they need to. I hope that helps you understand the use that I've put in here. I have these put in columns just for the sake of simplicity and looking so much nicer. I put these little red lines as dividers for the sake of simplicity and so much nicer. So there's my columns, there's my info box, there's my red lines where I want them. And it just helps break this up visually. It looks better outside of the code. It looks better in the code. It just makes me happier. I do have to change these because, see, they were reading the same. So I am actually going to change this one to yin and yang. Now they're reading properly because they're unique with those state codes. That's the point of this section. So there is your trackers. I hope that works great for you. Have a great day.